Show. I'm psychic medium Karyn Reece with my wonderful co-host Alexa Zappia.
Hi.
So we've been very, very busy. We've always got new things.
Yes.
New ways of connecting, not just from
Yes.
this world to the other world, but in other interesting ways.
Yeah, so we started this new thing, which honestly, the intention was supposed to be like a one-off thing, like that's it. And it's turned into like weekly for a couple months now, called Karyn's Couch at Alexa's House. Super self-explanatory, as self-explanatory can be. She literally comes to my house every Thursday night at 8 p.m. and we go live on Instagram, which is super fun. So we get to interview different celebrity guests. We also bring on people who are just watching, and we pick a random number out of this very fancy bowl and choose people to connect with you and connect with spirit.
It's a lot of fun, and it's very casual too.
Oh, it's so casual.
And you can be anywhere. That's a beautiful thing about technology, you know, from here to Australia to wherever.
Yeah, you're like global. You're all over the place.
Reese's Pieces, baby.
You're sprinkled everywhere.
That could be dangerous.
Literally sprinkled anywhere. But it's so fun. I was actually talking to a client the other day when I was booking her appointment, and she was like, you know what I love is that we started with such a small group, and that small group has grown and grown and grown and grown every week. And so that core group has still remained the same, and people just keep coming back for more. And to watch those numbers grow and to watch the locations, because we have everyone put in, you know, hi from Sydney, Australia, hi from, you know, London, England, stuff like that. It's really cool to see where everyone is flocking from to kind of get a piece of spirit. I love it.
Well, you know, too, it's also a great way to entertain paranormal questions, because I know a lot of people have questions about this work. But then again, people also have questions about you and me, which is a lot of fun, too. So.
Exactly. So if you guys would like to join us on an Instagram Live, you can do so. Follow Karyn at Karyn Reece, just simple, KarynReece on Instagram. And then make sure you hit follow, because then you'll get notified when she goes live, both for Karyn's Couch at Alexa's House or any other time we decide to pop on live. And you can follow her and make sure you stay on, because you could potentially win a reading too. Stay tuned for more from the Karyn Reece Show with more special guests and, of course, readings. Welcome back to the Karyn Reece Show. We are so excited to have our next guest with us, who is actually a Buffalo grad turned TikTok influencer who is hysterically funny. And now she is with us today on the show. Libby Walker, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. What a great introduction. So happy to be here. And yes, Buffalonian I was for 4 years, but
yeah,
I enjoyed it while I could. So
I love it.
What did you like best, the snow or the snow?
The snow.
Trick question.
Right? Literally. Lake effects, theater, and of course those things are gone.
Frigid weather, you know.
Always being sick.
So you are known on TikTok as the comedic sensation, Cheryl Cohen. Hilariously funny.
So funny.
Can you kind of explain how Cheryl came to be?
Yeah. So, at this point in my life, I'm realizing all my interviews are canceled. I'm not going home for spring break. And I was so excited to graduate, more so for the fact that I was going to be in the city. Not, okay, school's not happening anymore, but I'm stuck in Buffalo, living in the house alone. I even had roommates that were like away on vacation for spring break that didn't realize, the virus, whatever. The world was so crazy. So I was alone, and I knew that the only thing that would really get me to not be upset was to have some creative motivation. So I was like, TikTok's going to be my quarantine project. Made sense to me. And so I just started posting for fun. And then one day I get off the phone with my Jewish mom, and she's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? The Seder's coming up. Oh, no one knows how to use Zoom. Grandma doesn't know how to use Zoom. Your step-grandma doesn't know how to use Zoom. Gary yelling at me, this, that. And I was like, okay, this was some conversation. I wonder what other people's Seders are going to be like. So I just get the camera, and I'm like, Jewish mothers on Passover this year. And like with absolutely no intention, just kind of being like, oh, the levies can't come. Oh, what am I to make? Oh, and it kind of does well. And then I'm like, maybe that's my niche, because I kept hearing on TikTok, find a niche, find a niche. And here I am thinking it's the dancing app where you're like, whatever. And mind you, I cannot dance for the life of me. You can ask anyone who's in my theater program, who unfortunately had the pleasure of taking dance classes with me. So yeah, that was not my speed. So when I realized Jewish TikTok was my niche, everything kind of just made sense from there. I started making more videos, and then about a month in, I left. I went home, and it was like the week of Passover. So first day of Passover comes along, and I get a notification on my phone. TikTok mentioned you in their Instagram story. I just about shot my pants because I thought I was reading something wrong. I was like, first of all, why is this in my general DMs and not in my primary? Like the fact that I literally had to move a message from TikTok to my, so weird. But I literally thought I was delirious. So then after that, I think people started realizing that it wasn't just like a hobby, that it was actually going to be something that I continued doing. And people were like, how did you get posted? What did you say to them? I was like, nothing. Like, and the craziest thing is, even to this day, that's not a video that has gotten the most traction or even had that much traction. It had less than 10,000 likes when they posted it. I had less than 10,000 followers. Like, if anything, it just gave me hope that with such little credibility on the app, I was already being seen. And just getting messages from different people being like, Libby, like, this was sent in my family chat. Oh my God, my camp friends like sent this to me, And I was just like, what? But it was like, you would probably think it was a calling, right? I mean, so that's kind of the whole shtick. And in regards to the name, people ask me, I think about the third video, I was just like Jewish moms in quarantine, and I was like spraying like Lysol, and I was like Cheryl Cohen, and it just came out. Like, I wish I could say there was a process. I was just like, that's it. That's a name. Like, it's stuck.
How do you think your education here in Buffalo and your networking helped you with your TikTok business?
So the Buffalo BFA was extremely small and personal, which meant that you can make the relationships really last. And I always said, with Vincent O'Neill, with Maria Horn, Kathleen Goldie, Greg Natali, those were like my main teachers. I always said to them, Buffalo, the program really is what you make of it. So if you're that student that's a go-getter and a hustler and you want to create opportunities for yourself, do it. I said to Maria Horn that I wanted to be a teacher's assistant, and that's what really made me interested in the industry, like in the backside of it. And it wasn't until, I worked with Kathleen Goldie that I found a side of myself that could actually be good at voiceovers. And then I sought opportunities in Buffalo through voiceover, through Kathleen and, Vincent, just being the head of the program, I got to sit in on auditions with him. Like, honestly, with each teacher, I had a special moment. I got to sit in on auditions for incoming freshmen because I asked. Not everything's going to be handed to you. So it really taught me, like, what it really takes. Greg, too, was a great mentor when I was the lead in Cherry Orchard. These teachers also, by the way, were, I want to say, like 24/8. They weren't 24/7. Like, if you call them on the weekend or anything, like the amount of casual phone calls I've had with them, even since I've graduated, is truly impressive. That I don't know many people who can like leave a program that they were in and really say like, yeah, my teacher's doing this and this and this right now. Like, my teachers get excited for what I'm doing. And like, that's so special. I don't have to be like, hey, like, this is what I'm doing. They're like, I know, like, I follow it,
Cool.
So it's really special. The relationships I created with them were really special. I learned a lot from them. I went to every single person that they would bring to come to UB. I've had a connection with all of them. When we were speaking the other night, somebody had messaged me from UB that I met from them. I did an internship with Harold Luter, somebody else that I had met from, so they really did help me Even if, when I was thinking like, I'm from New York, like everyone was like, you're from New York City, but you're going to school in Buffalo. Buffalo really did do a lot for me. Maybe if I was stubborn at the time, I didn't like see it as much. I feel like you see a lot of it when you leave, especially in the pandemic. And I wanted to support them. I even spoke back already as an alumni 1 year out and got to talk to them about what it was like to work in casting in a pandemic, like what the industry is like in the city right now. So
beautiful.
You're such an inspirational story. Oh
and
my
so
God.
funny.
I could just sit here and listen to you forever.
Hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
We love watching your
Both
tips.
Libby and Cheryl are.
And then it's like my family's like, you've got to stop talking, right? And you guys are like, no, we like it. Like, this is why I don't stop talking, is because people give me that,
I love it. So TikTok has become like one of the most popular, if not the most popular, social media platform. So now that you're such a TikTok influencer, do you think that this is just a stepping stone for you, or is this like the end all be all? Like, this is it? If it is a stepping stone, what do you think is to come?
So Hannah Montana was always my inspiration when I was a kid. I used to call myself Libby, Mississippi. Wanted to be her. Like, I wanted my own show. Obviously I don't want a show on Disney right now. That is not what I want. But, I never really thought of myself in the comedy side, more so like reading scripts. But now, being a part of being able to create and, also learning what it takes to interview other people, like being able to be behind the camera and do conversations with different types of people and making them interesting and fun, but also like, I would say like in the style of like SNL, it's really fascinating to me. So if I could do something similar, have my own talk show or something, that would be a lot of fun. And then in regards to TikTok, I've seen so many different social media influencers take off from it. And they're like known in the sense like they know exactly what they want to do and how they're doing it, but they're doing 100 different things. So there's not just one box that I'd want to put in myself, because I feel like I'm opening myself to so many different opportunities. Like, the amount of people who reach out to me couldn't be more different. And like, I love that. Like, being able to just meet different people and do a bunch of different things.
So if people want to get in touch with you or Cheryl Cohen or whatever, how can they best go about doing so?
Well, I'm really reliable. That's something I like to put myself on. So if you want to DM me, and it's like Cheryl or TikTok related, Libby Amber Walker on Instagram is the best. I still answer on my personal account, which is Libby_W. My email is libbywalkernyc@gmail.com. You could Facebook me if you want to be old fashioned. I do the LinkedIn too. If you know any doctors or lawyers for some people I've set up, feel free to DM them there.
I love it.
Gosh.
You're the best. We love you so much.
It is more than mutual. More than mutual.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Check her out because she's hilarious and she's just, I've laughed so hard with her stuff.
Yes.
So thank you, Libby, for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Karyn Reece Show. As always, when Karyn's around, spirit's around. So if you would like to win your chance to win a reading with Karyn, you may do so by either entering on our website, www.karynreece.com, spelled KarynReece.com. You can visit us on Facebook at Karyn Reece Psychic Medium, or on Instagram and on Twitter at Karyn Reece. You can also send us an email, Karyn, Karyn, and then the little @ KarynReece.com. In your submission, make sure you put your first and last name, your phone number, your email address, and why you deserve to win a reading. So today we have a very lucky winner with us, Claire, who wrote in via email. Claire, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me, Karyn and Alexa.
Absolutely. Karyn, take it away.
We're going to have a lot of fun with you. I keep going into the future with you. One of the things I want to tell you, which isn't going to happen for a while, but I definitely see a marriage. Is that something that you want to have happen?
One day, yes.
Yes, and I love that answer just because they were one day. Yes, definitely. Also, I keep hearing, oh, they're all talking. You didn't make a recent change with your work, did you? Or position
Yes, I
change?
did. In 2020, I shifted from working for a marketing agency to going towards self-employment and being a freelancer.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. I'm seeing your doors opening up. So your career house looks really, looks very streamlined. Did you take on a pretty good client recently?
I've been growing my clients. I've had
Good
some
clients.
very good, steady clients over the past year that were relationships I was able to create in Rochester. And then I added some new clients from different states recently.
Also, I heard the name Sarah too. Are you close to a Sarah? Must be a Sarah day.
I have, in business wise, I'm not close to a Sarah in business. I do have a family member named Sarah.
Are you close to your family member, Sarah?
We're close as cousins, but we don't see each other often.
Oh, that's what I'm picking up because I felt like I heard you talking business. So yeah, you'll probably, actually, I saw you and Sarah enjoying each other's company. I did see a trip to Florida too for the two of you. So at some point, yeah, that'll be fun. And I'm looking at Nashville too. I see travel. I don't know who's with you on that trip, but I keep seeing you going to Nashville. It might be Sarah.
Recently went to Nashville.
Oh, that's what your great grandmother's telling me. You got your grandparents telling me this, your great grandparents. You must have had a good time because I saw you smiling.
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah, yeah, they liked you too. Go back to Nashville. What the heck, you know? It's Nashville.
Yeah.
I see a lot of interesting. Do you do country music a lot? Are you line dancing or something?
No, I wish I knew how to line dance, but I love going to country concerts, and I haven't been to any since the pandemic.
I never would think that about you, but I just saw you kicking up your heels with some cowboy boots on, little short pair of shorts on.
That's so funny.
You're going to have a blast. Yeah, I would never think that. Oddly enough, in your future, I saw you down around Alabama or having a client that has ties to like Alabama, which is something that you wouldn't expect, but in Mississippi, actually it's Mississippi. So out to that part of the country. So people will get wind of your name. I'm seeing you on media, some kind of interview with media coming up around you about who you are, your story. And I'm looking on the web, and you're going to eventually populate to be a very successful businesswoman. I love what I see.
This is very interesting and clarifying because in college, I was always torn in what direction to go in for my major. And I have always wondered if I should have gone into education and be a teacher. My mom was a teacher, so I always felt inspired by her. And then I decided to go in the route of media and marketing. And, you know, this time of transition in this past year, switching from working for an agency to self-employment, you know, you're always trying to figure it out, and you're on your own, and you have to make your own connections. So it's been fun and interesting and exciting, but also very challenging too.
You know what, though, the fact that you're true to yourself, you follow your heart, although you would have been a great teacher, you teach in other ways, though. You teach by creating messages for your clients, which then, you know, goes to clients and vice versa. You teach people, and you will teach down the road too, you know, how to do what you do. So as you bring people into the fold, employees or independent contractors. So there's a lot that you're going to be doing. Is there somebody named Dawn or Don? Is that a connection to one of your parents? Dawn?
Yes, I believe there's a Don in my family. Yes, on my father's side.
That passed over?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's here, because he said, and he was kind of referencing, yeah. I have so many people trying to come in, so it's an FOA. Yeah. Are you connected? Are you working with an Emily or an Emma, or are you close to
my sister's name is Emily.
Oh, that's what your grandpa kept saying Emily. I go, what are you trying to say? Because then your other great grandfather's talking about work. I'm like, I can't take it, everybody. I love Emily. You and Em have been together in multiple lifetimes as sisters.
I believe it.
You've been sisters.
We're so close.
And I saw Em helping you too down the road. You know, it's funny. You're a very interesting person because as you help others, people help you. Mm-hmm. Like you are the person that gets people going. You start it, you know, you get people, you know, on the path. That's a real gift to have, you know, and as you get them on their path, of course, you know, like with Em and Ryan, you know, of course, it's an interesting karma, you know, you help them and they come back to help you, not because they have to, they just love doing it. So I love what I see as far as that's concerned. Yeah. Who's John, by the way? Was that somebody your dad was connected to?
Passed over. I have a John. Oh, so potentially John would be the husband of the woman who was my babysitter, and basically my second mother. And he passed away a few years ago, but we had a very close connection. And when he was in hospice care, or assisted living care, it was my photo that he had next to his bed. And I actually saw his wife, Holly, today because I had to go to calling hours. And so I got to see her.
He was there.
Oh, okay.
He was there. And he said, I want to thank you because I'm John. Family. I know we're parents. I'm family. And he said, thank you. So there are no such things as coincidence. He goes, Claire, I always believed in you. And he said, basically shoot for the moons, you'll land in the stars. And he said, I'm so glad. And he goes, I'm still in love with my wife. And he goes, you know what? They did such an outstanding job at hospice, and everything you did, he said, made it so much easier for me. And he goes, you touch people's lives, which is so true in ways you don't even know, Claire Bear.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for that message. That was so nice.
Yep. And so if you can pass it on and give your folks, a big hug and a kiss from John too. He says, I'm okay. And he goes, it was my time,
Well,
and he said, I can't remember, what's it? Oh, I can remember the fun times that, he had with you, your family, his family. He goes, just remember the good times, but he said, I'm glad. He says, congratulations. If anybody can do it, it's you, he said. So, yeah.
he was the sweetest to me.
Well, apparently made a big impression on him because he feels the same. But I love what I see ahead of you. I really feel your career path looks great. And, you'll use your teaching abilities.
Great. Thank you so much. This was very clarifying and brings a lot of peace and hope and excitement.
So Claire, thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully, like you said, this gave you the peace of mind, the closure, the clarity, whatever you needed today. Karyn, thank you. And Spirit, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye, darling.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Surprise! It's not Karyn's couch at Alexa's house. It is not Thursday. We are actually filming for our TV show. We're in the office. We were talking about how we do Karyn's couch at Alexa's house and figured what a better way to illustrate what we do on Thursdays than doing one right here.
Works for me.
I'm ready for it. I know this is such an awkward angle. I'm not used to having to hold the phone like this. Can you guys tell us also where you guys are coming from?
Oh, look, we already have people.
Yeah,
And what's funny? This wasn't even something that we had put out or planned. It was like last minute.
No, we literally were just talking about what we want to do to close this show. And I said, why don't we go live on Instagram and have John film it? Hey, Bravo. How are you? Live from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Tonawanda. Everyone's on. Awesome. Well, hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. As we're Toronto. I love it. Niagara Falls. You're from the Falls.
I have family up in Toronto like you do.
I do. So hopefully you guys will join us. Look, in California. You guys will join us on Thursdays, as you always do, for Karyn's Couch at Alexa's house.
And it's going to be a lot of fun this week.
Yes.
Well, it's fun every week.
It is fun every week. Stay tuned for more. On Thursdays, we'll go live again. But for right now, that is it. Bye, guys. We have to go back to filming. Bye, guys. That was so fun.
So unexpected.
Yes, talking to our friends on Instagram.
Spontaneous combustion. Never mind.
I love it. Well, if you would like to connect with Karyn like you just saw, you can do so on Instagram at Karyn Reece. You can also connect with her on Facebook at Karyn Reece Psychic Medium or on Twitter at Karyn Reece. You can also visit her website, www.karynreece.com, spelled KarynReece.com. You can also call our office phone at 716-580-2520. You can also send us an email, Karyn, Karyn, and then the little @ KarynReece.com. So if you want to send us an email, make sure that you put in, what you want to see in future shows, if you would like to win a reading, anything like that. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Karyn Reece Show.